Post-credit sequences have started to appear pretty frequently in films these days, particularly if they are a part of a larger series, which Fast and Furious most certainly is. Fast X, the most recent entry in the Fast saga, serves as the prelude to the main franchise's climax. As a result, it has a post-credit sequence that serves as the first teaser for the upcoming entry. Dominic Toretto is being followed by Fast X on his most recent and perilous escapade. Jason Momoa's character Dante Reyes wants to exact revenge on Dom and his family for killing his father, Hernan Reyes, in the 2011 film Fast 5. Dante prepared his elaborate to torment Dominic for more than 10 years. Dante doesn't want to accept Dom's death when pain is due, as his father taught him. This most recent entry, as is customary for the Fast and Furious series, travels to many different countries and has a lot of unbelievable yet excellent action scenes. The rest of this post contains spoilers, as you probably have guessed, so continue at your own risk. Several cliffhangers were included in the conclusion of Fast X. When a Fast and Furious movie doesn't end with a cookout at the Torettos, you know this is different. Fast X had multiple subplots that needed to be continued in the 11th film, which Vin Diesel stated will be released in 2025, as well as a significant cliffhanger. Despite the fact that Dom was able to avoid virtually all of Dante's traps and save his kid Little B, Dante always had a secret weapon. Dom and his son tumbled into the river when Dom leaped from a dam with his Dodge Charger, even though they were uninjured. Dante once more proved that he always has a backup plan when he turned on bombs to blow up the dam. The movie ends with Dom and Little B underneath the about-to-explode dam, leaving their whereabouts a mystery until the follow-up. And if that was the only suspenseful ending this film gave us, Ames, who turned out to be Dante's spy within the agency, shot down an aeroplane carrying Roman, Tej, Ramsey, and Han. We don't know what happened to Dom's family members. The jet crashed somewhere in the woods. When Letty and Cypher, who had both been detained and finally imprisoned in the same covert facility, managed to escape, they learned they had been held captive in an underground jail in Antarctica. Fortunately for them, they discovered a submersible where they encountered Giselle, played by Gal Gadot. One of the unexpected cameos in the film was that one. Another subplot is Jason Statham's Deckard Shaw using his arsenal of weapons and supercar to defend his mother Queenie from mercenaries hired by Dante. However, after the incident, neither he nor she are known to have survived. Even though there are many subplots that will need to be handled in the next 11th part, Fast X does an excellent job of setting everything up. Let's now talk about the biggest surprise of them all. Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, is back. The policeman is back. That's accurate. The SWAT squad is shown entering a mysterious, dark hiding place in the post-credit sequence, where a phone is waiting for them. Dante explains that perhaps Dom was driving the car but that the masked person fired the shot when one of the masked guys answers the phone. A member of the SWAT squad removes his mask and helmet to reveal Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson. To the audience, Hobbs accepts Dante's dare, claiming, "I'm not hard to find," before crushing the phone in his palm as he assures him that he will find him. In the movie Fast 5, Hernan Reyes was assassinated by Luke Hobbs after Reyes' thugs had already murdered his whole squad. In the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th films in the series, Johnson was a recurring character. However, following an altercation with Vin Diesel on filming, Johnson departed the main series and chose to create his own spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw, which was released in 2019. Johnson opted out of F9, and despite Diesel openly pleading with him to come back for Fast X, Johnson declined and declared he was quitting the main series. Despite the fact that Hobbs and Shaw was a movie office hit, it's fascinating to note that F9 made about the same amount of money globally. Also, don't forget that F9 was released in the midst of a pandemic. Even yet, Dwayne Johnson placed a lot of hope in his DC film Black Adam, which was meant to launch a new series for him, even though this spin-off was largely successful. Johnson's grandiose plan ultimately failed when Black Adam turned out to be a commercial flop and DC Studios chose to restart the DCEU without any intention of keeping Johnson in the role of Black Adam. Johnson made the decision to come back maybe after realizing that Fast and Furious was his most lucrative franchise. Johnson hasn't had a larger part in the main franchise since 2017's The Fate of the Furious, but this post-credits sequence suggests one for the 11th chapter. A Hobbs and Shaw sequel has been discussed, although nothing concrete has been announced as of yet. Fast X marks the beginning of the main Fast and Furious series' steady demise, yet this franchise is too successful to cease permanently. We thus wager that Universal Pictures will desire further spin-off films, and as a result, Hobbs and Shaw II may be considered. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to channel, subscribe and click the bell, so you don't miss out latest videos of Media Breakdown.